Mr. Antrobus a successful future. And now, we take you to the interior of this home for a brief visit.
Oh! 6 o'clock and the master not home yet. Pray God nothing has happened to him crossing the Hudson River. If something were to happen to him, we would certainly be inconsolable and would have to move into a less desirable residence district. The truth is, I don't know what will become of us. Here it is, the middle of August and the coldest day of the year. It's simply freezing. The dogs are sticking to the sidewalks. Can anybody explain that? No, but I'm not surprised. The whole world's at 6s and 7s, and why the house hasn't fallen down about our years long ago is a miracle to me. Every night is the same anxiety. Will the master come home safe? Will he bring us anything to eat? In the midst of life, we're in the midst of death. A truer word was never said. Of course, Mr. Antrobus is a very fine man, an excellent husband and father, a pillar of the church, and has all the best interests of the community at heart. Of course, every muscle goes tight every time he passes a policeman, but what I think is, there are certain charges that ought not to be made. And if I may add, ought not to be allowed to be made. We're all human. Who isn't?
And what's this telegram you have for me?
If you wait just a minute, I've got to remember it. This telegram was flashed from Murray Hills to University Heights, and then by puffs of smoke from University Heights to Staten Island, and then by lantern from Staten Island to Plainfield, New Jersey. What had God wrought? Mrs. Antrobus, Excelsior, New Jersey. My dear wife, will be an hour late, busy day at the office. Don't worry the children about the cold, just keep them warm. Burn everything except for Shakespeare.
Oh, man. He knows I'd burn 10 Shakespeares to prevent one child of mine from getting a cold in the head. What does he say next?
Have made great discoveries today. Have separated M from N.
Oh, I know what that is. That's the alphabet. Yes, it is. Mr. Antrobus is just the cleverest man. Why, when the alphabet's finished, we'll be able to tell the future and everything.
Oh, God be praised, it's your father. Just a minute, George. Something is matter with the lock. Sabina, hold the door for another minute. Gladys, come here while I wash your nasty face.
Open this door, or I'll turn your livers out.
Just a minute, George. Something's the matter with the lock.
Open this door, I'll smash your brains on the ceiling and the devil take the hot mouth.
You can open the door, Sabina. I'm ready.
Oh, how's the whole crooked family? I'll be scolded and tired if a man can get a little welcome when he comes home. Maggie, you old gunny sack. Ugh. How's the broken down old weather hand? Oh, Sabina, you old fish bait, you old skunk butt. Oh. And the children, how've the little smellers been?
Papa!
How've they been, Maggie?
Well, I must say they've been as good as gold. I haven't had to raise my voice once. I don't know what's the matter with them.
Mrs. Antrobus, there are some tramps knocking at the back door.
George, tell these people to go away. Tell them to move right along. I'll send them away from the back door. Sabina, come with me.
No, Sabina, stay here. I have something I wish to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to ask you to wait a few more minutes. It will be all right. While you're waiting, you might each pull up a stake of the fence. We'll need it for the fireplace. There'll be coffee and sandwiches in a moment.
Mr. Antrobus? Mr. Antrobus, what's that? That big white thing? Mr. Antrobus, it's ice! It's ice!
Sabina, I want you to go into the kitchen and make a lot of coffee, a whole pailful.
Baleful!
And sandwiches, piles of them, like this!
Mr. An!
Wake up! I don't care if your head is sleepy. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 are?
30, Papa.
Okay. 6 times 6 are 36. Teacher, the beginning of the Bible.
Okay. But Mama, it's so cold and close.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was waste and void, and the darkness was upon the face of the deep.
Everybody give up your chairs, build up the fire, save the human race.
6 times 9 are 54. 6 times 10 are 60.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
And God
Oh, what
called the
fun
light
it is
day,
to ride in a one-horse
and the
open
darkness
sleigh.
He called
Hey,
night.
jingle bells, jingle all the
But
way.
now, ladies and gentlemen, we give you President Antrobus.
Thank you, thank you. Fellow mammals, fellow vertebrates, fellow humans, I thank you. Little did my parents think when they told me to stand on my own 2 feet that I'd arrive at this place. My friends, we have come a long way. During this week of happy celebrations, it is perhaps not fitting that we dwell on some of the difficult times we have been through. The dinosaur is extinct. The ice has retreated. And the common cold is being pursued by all means within our power. Bless you, dear.
Bright's disease. Your partner's deceiving you in that Kansas City deal. You'll have 6 grandchildren. Avoid high places. Cirrhosis of the liver.
Shh! Esmeralda, shh! Has President Antrobus come along yet?
No. Get back there. Hide yourself.
I'm afraid I'll miss him. If I fail in this, I'll die. I know I'll die. President Antrobus, and I'll be his wife. If it's the last thing I'll do, I'll be Mrs. George Antrobus. Esmeralda, tell my future. All right, I'll tell you my future. I won the beauty contest in Atlantic City. Well, I'll win the beauty contest of the whole world. I'll take Mr. Antrobus away from that wife of his. Then I'll take every man away from his wife. I'll turn the whole earth upside down.
Why, George Antrobus, how can you say such a thing? You have the most perfect family in the world.
Good morning, Miss Fairweather.
Mr. Antrobus, dare I speak to you for a moment?
Certainly. Certainly, yes.
Oh, Mr. Antrobus, I've been so unhappy, and I wanted you to know that I'm not the kind of girl to go out for a beauty contest.
That's the way.
Oh, I understand. I understand perfectly.
Oh, I knew you'd understand. My mother said to me this morning, Lily, she said, that fine Mr. Antrobus gave you the prize because he saw at once that you weren't the kind of girl to go in for a thing like that. But honestly, Mr. Antrobus, honestly, in a world like this, a good girl doesn't know where to turn.
Oh, now you've gone too far.
Oh, my dear Miss Fairweather.
Oh, you wouldn't know how hard it is with that wonderful wife and daughter of yours. I think Mrs. Antrobus is the finest woman I ever saw. I wish I were more like her.
Oh, well, there's room for all kinds of girls in this world.
Maggie, I am moving out of the hotel. In fact, I'm moving out of everything for good. I am going to marry Miss Fairweather. I shall provide generously for you and the children. In a few years' time, you'll see it was all for the best. That's all I have to say.
Mr. Antrobus, I hope you'll be ready. This is the most important broadcast of the year.
Go away! Clear out.
Mama, what did Papa say? I didn't hear what he said.
George, I can't talk to you until you wipe those silly red marks off your face.
There's nothing more to say. I've said what I had to say.
Splendid.
I hope you're ready, Mr. Antrobus.
Dear friends, dear cousins, 410 million years ago, our founding father brought forth upon to us the spark of life.
Antrobus, there's not a moment to be lost. Take your family into that boat at the end of the pier. Don't you see the 4 lights on the weather signal?
My family. Maggie! Maggie! They won't come.
They'll come. Antrobus, take these animals into that boat with you, all of them, 2 of each kind.
George, what's the matter with you? This is just another storm.
Maggie!
George, stay here. We'll go. This is just another storm, isn't it? Isn't it?
Maggie!
Here I am, and here's Gladys.
Oh, there you are. Where have you been? Where have you been? Quick. We're going into that boat out there.
I know we are, but I haven't found Henry.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it's anything at all. I've seen hundreds of storms like this.
There's not a moment to be lost. Go, push those animals along before you. Start a new world. Begin again.
Esmeralda! George! Is it really serious?
The elephants. The elephants. The elephants. Come along. Come along.
Mrs. Antrobus, take me with you. Don't you remember me? I'll work. I'll help. I'll do anything. Don't leave me here.
Yes, there's a lot of work to be done. Only hurry.
Yes, go. Back to the kitchen with you.
Just when everything was going along so nicely.
Paddle in the water, boys. Enjoy yourselves. Go back and climb on your roofs. Put rags in the cracks under your doors. Nothing will stop the flood. You've had your chance. You've had your day. You failed. You lost. George Antrobus, think it over. A new world to be made. Think it over. Ready? Up, down, 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 up, down.